over here. But you know what? Not everybody can have that. Food allergies are one of the biggest things a lot of people have that we forget about, especially as leaders. So we have, next slide please. So we have food allergies, intolerance, or food sensitivity. Intolerance is just kind of where you get a little tummy ache after you've eaten something. It doesn't really affect you that bad, and sensitivity just might get a little bit less than that. But food allergies can cause severe and life-threatening reactions. 1 in 13 children has a food allergy. And every 3 minutes, a food allergy will send someone to the ER. Now, typically, a food allergy reaction is the immune system overreacts to a food protein. This is, in essence, an autoimmune situation. Well, what are some autoimmune situations that we may know about, we've heard about? There's lupus, there's rheumatoid arthritis, there's celiac disease, multiple sclerosis, type 1 diabetes, psoriasis, it's also known as eczema, and Crohn's disease. A lot of these are caused by foods that we eat that you have an allergic reaction to. So, a lot of people that have a food allergy also have these autoimmune issues as well. The most common food allergens are going to be milk, soy, eggs, peanuts, tree nuts, wheat, fish, shellfish, and sesame seeds. Now, what do we do about this as leaders? Now, it's truly up to the individual, the scout, and their parents to have a food plan that they really need to communicate to us leaders. We need to be prepared for this. It's very important because you're going to go out to a camp out, and if you have a kid that has celiac, and you know, feed him some bread and some tomato soup. Not bread, because he knows that he can't eat that. Give him some tomato soup. Good chance he's going to go into have a bad celiac reaction, which basically makes your stomach hurt real bad, diarrhea, and you're becoming incapacitated. Now, how can we be prepared for this? The annual health and medical form, either the AB form or the ABC form. That's important for the parents to fill out, and gets where you, as leaders, get the information about what the kid might have. Adults have this too. Scouting America's Food Allergy Guidance, and I've put the little number up there, 680-063, goes into a lot of detail about all of what I'm talking about tonight. Now, you also have to ensure that the individual has the appropriate meds in case of an emergency, because if they are, a lot of times, if they have a severe peanut allergy, they may go into anaphylactic shock. Can't breathe. They have to have an EpiPen. Make sure they have it on them. Now, yeah, let's talk at the very end. Read all food labels. If the thing does not have a label on it or tell you what the ingredients are, pass on it. Don't have the kid eat it. Don't share food if you have a kid that has allergies. That includes, dipping, grabbing into a bag of chips, things like that. Prep food on separate clean surfaces with dedicated utensils. Wash hands. Wear gloves. My son, who's now 35, got celiac when he was 12. We thought it was the flu. And, well, it wasn't. It stayed. And back then, after a long time of figuring it out, we figured it out. What celiac does is it tears away the cilia inside the small intestine. Basically, it means you can't get food uptaken into your system. That's life-threatening in many cases, failure to thrive. My wife got it, was diagnosed about 10, 15 years ago. And then our daughter about 6 years ago. So it runs, a lot of this is all genetic. Just as I say, and I'll close with this, you've got tools at your availability, those two ones right there, 680-001-AB and the 680-063, which you can get online. give you a lot of information on this. When you do get that health medical form, read it, ask about it, communicate with the parents, and we'll go from there. Greg, you had a question?
Just
comment.
If you're camping or in the backcountry, you take 2 EpiPens. You do use a bowl if you're not close to emergency medical, and then they talk about maybe using Benadryl so you can be seen by emergency assistance. One may not do it.
Correct. Absolutely.
So, thank you.
And that's it for the safety moment for this month. You'll have another one next month.
Thank you. Okay, so we have some upcoming announcements. And first is, this is our district calendar, and you can go to it. And it takes a little bit. I did it today, so just make sure that you get to the Black Feather site. And you might have to open up your calendar, your Google Calendar in the site, and then click on Black Feather, and it will be there as well. So it might join with yours. Okay, Eagle Scout Advancement. The new application dates to January 2025. So be prepared for that. And Guide to Advancement is also this year. The workbook is still 2023. We have some upcoming events. October for emergency services. October 7th is radio scouting. October 11th is first aid. 18th, ham radio. And then ScoutNet is first and third Sundays. Go to the rolling slides. All the flyers are actually on the rolling slides that we play prior to this. Fall red carpet. So that's coming up next week. And Mr. Kohler, you have some comments.
Thank you. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Bill Kohler. I'm the district commissioner. Welcome to those of you who may be attending for the first time this evening. We certainly hope you find these presentations valuable. And if you have any suggestions on things we might do, we love to incorporate them into our program. Next week, our fall red carpets. Historically, these events have been primarily geared around trying to introduce our troops to Arrow of Light families so that they can begin planning for crossover for next year. This year, we are broadening the circle. We are inviting and encouraging all Cub Scout families to attend one of our red carpets and just get a look at all the cool things that the kids and our troops are doing. And try to see, even if you're in your first or second year of Cubs, what's a little bit farther down the scouting trail for me, and try to build some excitement that way. My 2 requests for this evening, for those of you who are Cub leaders, if you could spread the word about these events within your packs. I don't have the opportunity to directly contact every pack family. We've tried to get the word out to all of our den and pack leaders and ask them to spread the word. But those of you who are here, please try to inform all your families and encourage them to attend. For my troops, simple request. If your troop has not already RSVP'd to me to set up a display at one or more of our sites, please do so. Probably about half the troops in our district have. I think we'll have good events at all 3 locations. But if you're here tonight and you know your troop hasn't yet contacted me, please let me know, and I'll be reaching out to the remaining troops in the next day or 2. Thank you.
Okay, we have a new location for Castle Rock for this next week. It's St. Francis of Assisi Catholic Church. It's on 5th Street. But if anybody that lives in Castle Rock knows where Tasty House and King Supers is, up there. It's the Gold Dome, correct? Catholic Church. So we'll be meeting there. Highlands Ranch will be here. And then Parker will be United Methodist Church. Basically, Pine Lane is right on Parker Road, so you can find it there. Okay, let's see. Yep. Okay, so coming up next at the end of the month is the 2025 Camporee. That's a lot. That's in there, hard to read, but there is a flyer and a QR code. And again, we have it right there too. We have a handout. So AOL camping, there will be some of that. So it's all in the flyer. University of Scouting is coming up Saturday, November 15th. We just want to get the word out. Registration's open right now. Lunch will be provided with a caveat that you sign up before the deadline. If you show up that day, lunch will not be provided for you. So there'll be a deadline to be determined. I'll have that information next month, but I wanted to let you know. You. No curriculum. I actually have offered to teach a course. I haven't heard back yet. I was thinking about doing Troop Eagle Mentors. So we'll see what happens, but I'll hear back from that. But they're working on that and hope to have it out very shortly. It will be at Cimarron Middle School, which is in Parker. And if you don't have lunch, you can always go to my house. I literally live back up to it. Okay. What? Yes. Welcome. Well, it was once a year for many years, and we've taken a few years off, and we're hoping to have it once a year again. There are a lot of different things that have been taught. We'll do commissioner training. We'll do Cub Scout program classes. We'll things to give you ideas as leaders to bring back to your units, basically. And there are some trainings there, like I just mentioned. Maybe if you're an Eagle mentor, that might be one of the programs to help your troops. When I was back in Connecticut, I taught one on bear and wolf scheduling. So it's been something that I've worked on for many years. Upcoming north, there'll be a blue September 26th and 27th. And then Isles this weekend. Is that full? Okay. And you said that the north one's canceled. Okay. Thank you. And then Wood Badge, it's already time to go ahead and think about earning your beads at Wood Badge. It's Nick Kurtz is going to be doing it. It's in April, and they also have a flyer out already. So it's Leave It Better is the theme. And then we have 2026. There'll be 2 sessions next year because of the Jamboree. There normally are 3. And for those of you that don't know what MYLT is, it's the youth version of Wood Badge, but it's actually training youth to bring it back to your units and help you get stronger units. I actually heard from a grandparent this week, that when her grandson came back, he was a different kid. So different that even the school said something, this kid's changed, and all for the better. So it's really a good program, and it helps develop new leaders. Yes. It is held at the same place as Camporee, right? It's going to be McNeil of Peaceful Valley Scout Ranch. This is across the street at the Magnus side is where this should be. And I reported last month incorrectly, there are 3 troops. There are 3 troops. There's a link troop. So it's really two troops together, but they're looking to do about 8 patrols each week. Order of the Arrow, we have a conclave coming up at the end of the month. Then there's a fall fellowship in October, and then the next chapter meetings are right there. 1st, November 5th, and December 10th. Right. Thank you. And then, Evie, do you have anything for D's?
Slap me, Wayne. It's been a long week. Sorry, I'm a little brain frazzled. As I was telling some people earlier, I spent like a whole week basically in the hospital with my arm recently. It was a whole ordeal. Brain's a little frazzled. Our biggest thing right now is recruiting. Recruiting is going incredibly well for us as a district. However, we do have a lot of units that are reaching out, being like, hey, nobody brought me materials. As y'all know, DEs, we tried to get with every single pack in the district, going all the way back to last April, to try to have a meeting about fall recruitment before fall got here. And the only units asking me like, hey, where are materials, are units we hadn't met with. So please reach out to your DE if you're looking for assistance and resources, helping out during recruitment season. We would love to help you out. And then an incredible opportunity has come up for us very soon. The Fall Cub Scout Extravaganza for all you pack leaders out there is huge. It wasn't up on our slides tonight. It is 2 weekends, September 13th and 14th, and September 20th and 21st. It's $50 for a family of 7. So for some of you packs, if you want to, that looks like registering a whole din to go for $50. It is your first opportunity to give all those new kids and all those new leaders you're recruiting the taste of scouting, to deliver on the promise. So if you're looking for something to do for your unit coming up as a way to help that retention, help deliver on the promise of scouting for these kiddos and families you recruited, I highly suggest going to the Fall Extravaganza. Registration on that will close, I do believe, in a week or so. So I would try to get on that as fast as you absolutely can. Yes. Yep. September 13th and 14th, and the 20th and 21st. And then we have a wonderful opportunity that was emailed out to all Key 3s in the district earlier today, and I'd like to extend this opportunity to everybody here, everyone listening at home. We are bringing back district committee workshops. We're really excited to do that as a council. We have our first one coming up November the 8th at the council office. You can register online. It'll go from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Lunch will be provided. Multiple sets of snacks will be provided. It's going to be great for everybody at a district level on a district committee, but even at a unit level, if you're looking for ways to grow your committees, to better utilize your committees to their fullest capability, I highly suggest going. If you're thinking of like having a bigger role in the district or stepping into one of the committees where you're passionate about, whether that be camping, outdoors, recruiting, scouts with disabilities, please, please go. We are so excited to be bringing these back. And I hope to see you all there. It is our district committees workshop. It's on the council website under the calendar for November the 8th.
Thank you. Of course, I hit the wrong button. There we go. Our next roundtable. But before our next roundtable actually is October 2nd is our next district committee meeting, and that will actually be at 6:30 at Castle Rock. 6. Douglas County Library in Castle Rock. I believe that's on Perry Street or Wilcox. Okay, so that will be first, and then next month we'll be talking about Safety Moment, which is annual health and medical forms, kind of builds on what you did this this week. We'll talk about charter renewal, and then Cub Scouts will be preparing AOLs for crossover, and the Scouts BSA will be preparing to receive AOLs. Scouts. Now, just give me a minute. We're going to talk about topics, which hot pockets. I'm hungry. Scouting for food, but let me just go quickly change slides. Scouting for food is coming up, but the council actually doesn't have a lot of information out right this minute. So I took last year's program. So and I got rid of the QR code because it dealt with last year, and would send you to. We're now using what, Pug? Black Pug. I had a fun Pug. I'm sorry. But so we're using that. So Scouts are helping feed the hungry for the holiday season. So what we try and do is get together with our food banks of our different areas that are in need. There's one in Littleton. This year, Castle Rock will be helping St. Francis. Now we'll talk about when that's going to happen. And then, but basically, what's our Scout slogan? Do good turn daily. What are we doing? We're doing a good turn. And we're helping those in need. So Scouting for Food is nationwide. But honestly, it does not have to happen just this time of year. You and your units can get together maybe around Easter time and do it again. You know, think about this for something to do more than once a year. So right now, John Beatty is the council coordinator up in Alpine. I guess I'm still the coordinator for our Black Feather. So I'll be working with John, and so what we're going to try and do is get you guys to sign up as soon as possible. We have to get the door hangers. As far as I can tell, they haven't been ordered yet. So they're going to be ordered, and we want to. This step tonight is to communicate with you to get the word out that Scouting for Food is coming. We want you to sign up towards the end of the month or by early October, and so we can get you to distribute door hangers. So I have some dates that I've taken off from last year, and it doesn't have to be food bank for the Rockies. Coordinate with your local. In Parker, we have Parker Task Force, and we have Seacorps. In Castle Rock, we have St. Francis. In Highlands Ranch, what do we have here? Okay. Yeah. And where I go to church, we have one as well. So, so step one is register your troop. Normally we'd do it with a QR code, but what I'm going to ask you to do is work with the DEs and me and let me know. And what we need from you is, we're ahead of Greater Colorado right now. So send me your unit information if you're interested. Who your Scouting for Food unit coordinator is. That includes phone, email, how many people you think are going to be doing it, how many door hangers you think you're going to need. I put October 2nd right now, but we'll see if it has to be, if we can move it back. Yes, sir. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. register your troop, register your unit. So, I didn't change everything from last year. So the second step is to distribute. Normally, if you're not doing it, Castle Rock's going to do it towards the end of November. But typically you can do it early November, and then the following week, these are what last year's door hangers looked like. And then the following week, December 8th, you'll collect the food with your unit, and then you would bring it to your local food pantry. Now, Castle Rock will work out next month and give you those dates. Do you have the dates? You said end of November.
December 6th.
December 6th? Okay. Okay, that's fine. And we'll get that information off to the council. Okay. So they do have forms that you can fill out to help you collect the food, where you dropped off the cards. And then, again, just drop off the food December 8th, 9th, or later. And I think it's on your honor with your different units. You may overlap a little bit. And you might overlap with schools. I know that I live in Parker, and Legend High School always puts something out right around the same time. That's okay. So, Food Bank of the Rockies, there's John Beatty, one of our scouts. And then we'll report the results. And that's what I need to have from you, so I can coordinate with council and make sure. So, and then this is just simple steps. If you're doing more and somebody's there at the, let's say somebody's working in the garage, you hand them have the scout hand it to them. Nothing better than eye contact. And scouts are the best eye contact people out there. Yes, sir.
A lot of the entries are really needing this, so if you can do it this year, awesome.
Yeah. If you can do it this year, definitely try and do it. Ross.
And I wouldn't be shy about making this a recruiting thing for your pack. Don't think you could staple a flyer to your door hanger. I just talked to Evie about maybe putting Be a Scout, QR code or beascout.org on the door hangers if we have it designed in already. But this is a good opportunity. You're canvassing your neighborhood where your kids are, and I think you could probably just get something on there and maybe pick up some scouts along the way.
Did you get all that, or you want me to repeat a little? Repeat a little? So use it as a recruitment tool. This for the people at home. Use it as a recruitment tool. Have a flyer maybe about your unit. Give that out as well. One of the best ways to recruit scouts is showing how good scouts are and what they do, making the difference. And thank them. Don't forget to thank them. So, and then report results. Suggested items, canned goods, protein, probably mostly non-perishable, because let's face it, you're not giving it to them. It might be sitting out there. So not, pasta, rice, things of that nature. Juice boxes, diapers, hygiene products. And thank you. I appreciate the time that you guys have afforded us. We ran a little long. So Cub Scouts are going to be, the breakout session will be over here across the way, and I see you. And then Boy Scouts BSA will be across the hall from them. Yes. You have stuff.
Who want to give stuff to our pack. And so this woman,
That's okay.
this woman donated to our pack 600 magnifying glasses. And of course, our pack.
Here, walk with me. So we're over here. And we got these too.
And she also donated hundreds of packages of snakes around the world and birds. And then I did not bring all of them, but there's also other packages of snakes and glow in the dark spiders. She literally gave me like boxes of this. So I only brought a handful tonight.
But she'll be bringing more every month.
Yes, because obviously, you know, I would love to share the wealth. So if you would like some for your pack or your troop, please let me know, and I would be delighted to give you some.
Cool. Yeah, bring it to red carpet.
Okay.
Awesome idea. Yeah, that's right. That sounds good. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Now, where is your unit?
We're 620.
Right here. That's easy. Okay, last thing as we're getting ready for breakout, don't forget to sign the attendance sheet. If your name's not there, go ahead and add it. So, okay, thank you, everybody. I think that is it. Appreciate it.
I don't remember the last time I saw this many people for one of our classes. So we are talking about recruiting adults for Scouts BSA, but more importantly, succession planning. So, what is succession planning?
Yeah, I think that's when you find out that your scoutmaster is moving to another state within the next month, and you have to figure out who's going to take over so you still have a troop.
Yes, but let's do it a better way.
Oh, you mean doing it the right way?
Yes.
Oh, so don't do it that way.
So you want to, don't look at succession planning as always having a replacement, but it is always having a replacement. These days, you're not as likely to have somebody say, yes, I am moving to another state next month, because they can now do everything online. But things still happen. Medical things come up, and all of a sudden, you're missing half of your key 3. So do always keep something in the back of your mind. Now, some units I've seen say, okay, every 3 years, we change scoutmasters whether we like it or not. Personally, I think that's a bad idea. For one, some of them really get into their groove starting in the 2nd year, and then
you don't have somebody that's really good for the position lined up at that point, and you're going to change them anyway, you change to someone who might not be ready or might not be quite the right person. Maybe it's another year or 2 until you have just the right person ready and able to take over and really continue your program properly. But if you're set on, well, every 3 years we change, then you change when it's not ready to be changed, and the troop may suffer.
many times, unfortunately. So you do want to make certain that everybody is well trained. Now, gee, where can I find out about training? Maybe come to Roundtable every month.
Hey, that would be a good idea.
There's also just checking with your commissioner, checking online. So some of the positions can be easily picked up by others. And then there's some that you tried to give it away 2 years ago. The job for being in charge of program? Yes. Yes. So, yeah, so we're still trying to find somebody. So when you find somebody that has just the right personality, that gels just right, you want to slowly bring them in. So when you're talking to parents, you just get a bunch of new AOLs from crossover, maybe you got some new kids because school started. Talk to the parents, give them a little something to do. Hey, will you run this entire program for me? I need you to do everything.
Yeah, sure, that sounds like a great idea, because I don't know what I'm doing yet. But yeah, I'll jump on right on it.
Yeah.
When's the last time you heard that?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
never seeing him, never seeing him again. But what about, if you could just plan the
Activity shirts for summer.
thing, yes, activity shirts for summer camp. Just that one thing. And do you think you could make certain we have all of the cookies that we need for the Christmas party?
I'll bake them myself.
Okay. So now I have 2 people who have their foot in the door, and others that have seen, oh, they're getting other people involved. This isn't just the good old boys club, where we're getting everybody in.
You have other parents who come in, who may not have been involved in Scouts before, they don't know that much about Scouts. They walk in and they see people with lots of knots and doodads all over
Like
themselves.
the poor young
yeah.
woman from the pack, and she's wearing her yellow shirt, and she goes, I'm not sure I belong here. We're like, no, you belong here.
But a lot of them come in and they say, well, all these people have all this information. I can't be a leader. All these people have so much more knowledge than me. I can't possibly be a leader. So I'm not going to volunteer anything. So, yeah, they may not have a lot of knowledge yet, but they have knowledge somewhere, and something that's relevant to them. Everybody does. Especially with all the different merit badges out there, they've got something.
They obviously care about the program because they brought their kids.
They brought their kids and they
whoever might be doing it next time.
That's where we were going to next.
Yes. All right.
So maybe to add some more ideas so that other people hear talking. So explain, I'm going to stand closer with the microphone so
Oh,
you can
gotcha.
say it again.
Okay. So what I was suggesting is, say your experience, you did it last year, have somebody in the unit do it next year and that can work with you so you can see, oh, you need to book a date. You need to make arrangements for travel arrangements depending on where it's at. You gotta assign somebody to be the med forms person and stuff like that. So cross-train so that in the future, if they take over, it's not as daunting as it would be without those skills, without that practice.
And it's a lot easier to convince somebody, hey, can you just help out this person and be their backup, just be an assistant to them this year? And then after summer camp's over, then you say, well, you did a really great job. Do you think you could take on a little bit more next year? And within a year or two, they've got everything figured out and they've taken over, and now they're training their replacement. One of the things that I was told, and I've been, a lot of scoutmasters have been told, is the first thing you do once you become scoutmaster is you start looking for your replacement. And really what it is you start looking for 3 replacements. Look for your top 3 people to take over, because one's going to move out before you actually get to the point where you're ready to be replaced. One's going to say no, and hopefully the other one is going to be, or it's going to have some other issue coming up, and hopefully the third one's going to say yes. You might be lucky enough to have all 3 or maybe more all be, top-notch and ready to go. Usually that doesn't happen. Always have a backup for your backup. So if you look for multiple people, start looking, well, this person might be good, this person might be good, this person might be good. Bring them in, have them as assistants, work them through the program, see which ones work best with the scouts, which ones work best with the other adults, which, really take on. Some of them, I've known plenty of leaders who are very, very good, but not necessarily right for scoutmaster. They may be really great for an assistant scoutmaster. They may be really great for committee chair.
Maybe they would be perfect for advancement chair.
Advancement chair.
They live on spreadsheets.
Yes, fantastic for those. Just not quite the right fit for a scoutmaster. Well, that's great. Then you have somebody for your advancement chair. Perfect.
So
keep those opportunities open.
And so you could even have a job as simple as a greeter. When I would go visit troops when we had our son, some troops had a greeter that as I would walk in, they'd see, we have a Weeblo. Let's talk to people, let's introduce them, everything. Others, I'm going around going, hey, can I get some help? That's an easy job that somebody can do.
New member coordinator is kind of the official title for that general position, but doesn't necessarily need to be that formal. Just somebody who kind of knows the program and will stand around and see new people coming in and recognize that, oh, they're not part of the troops normally. I'm going to go introduce and say hello.
You know, I had one dad that he could drive to Scouts and drive back from Scouts because of work. So we set up carpool. So with his minivan, he was able to help a lot of families. So is there something that they can do before and after to help? Does somebody maybe have a membership at Costco or Sam's that would like to spearhead doing the shopping and such? Just get a little something in. What is something you like doing for recruiting adults? Yes, and then you burn out month or two.
And I try to ask, like I tried to ask for an advancement coordinator, but the outgoing advancement coordinator / committee chair overwhelms that person, and then they feel like they can't do it, and so then I feel guilty that I asked that person, and then I don't search for more people.
Yes, I am definitely seeing, I'm fairly sure I have some PowerPoint slides that have your picture. That is exactly what you run into. If you have somebody that feels that they have the weight of the world on them and that they can't ask for help, you're going to burn them out in about a third of the time. So it's not just you looking for your replacement, but it's you looking for his replacement. We're all a unit. We're a group. We want to help each other. We want to look out for each other. And if you really, really need help with recruiting ideas, maybe we could go to where did my DE go? That would have been so much cooler if Evie had already been there and she could have volunteered what kind of paperwork she can give. Another thing you can do, invite them to go to committee meetings. They can sit back and listen. The first time I remember sitting in a committee meeting, I'm going, oh, I might be able to help with that. I'll think about it for next time. 2 meetings later, I was on the planning committee for doing the blue and gold. It was great. Good way to just get your feet wet. So, share. What do you like to do to bring in new adults?
I think initially doing, making sure they feel welcome when they first show up, and then having the staff talk to scouts and the adults talk to adults,
Mm-hmm.
and just talk about the program, and that's more recruiting the scout, I guess, but once the scout's in, then
Well, that's the thing is we're going with the assumption that the adult has walked in the door with the scout, and you're hopefully going to get about half of them. Hopefully. Half the adults, going with the assumption the scouts have already signed up. Merit badge counselor is a real easy one. Yes.
Like I said, everybody has something that's relevant to scouting.
Remember the
I
guy
guarantee
who
it.
was a pilot and he took photographs of airplane accidents? So he actually did our photography merit badge.
Brought in all of the information. It was fantastic.
He thought that he didn't have anything to
Well, I
add.
don't have anything to add. Really? Well, what do you do? And there are some surveys out there, current talent, right?
I haven't ever gotten anybody to return the survey.
It's very hard to get them to return it unless you sit in front of them and
Oh, online. Yes, I
If you
haven't
get the
tried that.
information back, it's great. I've had difficulty getting the information back, but if you at least get it out there and then say, hey, I'm sure there's something on here. So what do? What industry? What job do you do? Oh, well, I can't help with the scout stuff. I'm a CPA. I've heard that. I'm like, there's an entirely legal required merit badge. Perfect for you. Really? I can help? Yes, you can help.
Now, what about the parents that they want to help, but they don't want to come up and ask? How could you get the word out to them?
That's my yeah, really ask them. Hey, can you help with this? Weird, right?
You could also, do we still have websites? Do troops still have websites? Okay. Post on your website, these are the jobs that we're currently looking for.
The other thing I was going to throw out too, kind of based on what Randy was talking about, is when we have people that we want them to help, is we say, there's no guarantee that your kid will hit Eagle. The thing is, if you're involved in the troop and you're going to the meetings, they're most likely they're going to come with you, and it keeps them involved, and then you're involved, and I do think that helps. That's not a guarantee, but I do think it helps them on their journey to Eagle.
Oh, I like that one. What does your troop do for recruiting adults or succession planning?
We're such a small troop that most of the parents are involved in some capacity. So everyone is really involved. We don't cadets who aren't participating. So,
Because they are needed.
yeah, everyone is needed, so it's kind of nice. But we're able to share a lot of responsibilities across between all of us, so we're constantly cross-training all the leaders
Okay.
to understand
That is a good
what is
idea.
the other person doing. So it's pretty nice there.
Yeah. What does your unit do? Oh, they talk about what jobs are available? Oh, well, you have a lot more adults there than are at the normal meeting because they're all there to see the court of honor. I like that idea.
And then I think some people are intimidated not only by all of, this, but also just like saying yes to the whole role or whatever the role is called. So like instead of saying, oh, we need like an advancement chair and a outdoor ethics guide and we need this and we need that, you can just say, we need people to do a few things. Here it would entail. We don't do all of this at once, right? Like, even if you, usually there's parts and pieces in a flow to a job, right? And so I think being clear and thoughtful about who fits and what the role really entails and what you need from the role in the immediate future versus down the line and what can be learned and where they can learn it. Right?
So sometimes it's better to wait a little bit to have the right person than to have a warm body.
I think having the wrong person is most people would say always hire for the right person, right? And that's so you want the right person even if you have to wait a little bit.
Along the lines of what you were saying too is that they don't have to have been a scout. I didn't help out with the pack because I wasn't in scouts. I mean, I think I was a Libelo for a year. I didn't know what to do, and educating those leaders and letting them know. I was the scoutmaster for my unit, for my kids unit, but it's because I went to Wood Badge and I kind of learned, oh, I can do that. It doesn't matter that I'm not an Eagle Scout or that I wasn't in Scouts BSA or what was Boy Scouts when I was growing up, and helping them learn that they can help and that it's okay. They don't have to be, an Eagle Scout with 3 silver bombs or something.
I like your comments earlier about starting on something easy and work it out. But we also like to establish an expectation when they join the troop that we're going to ask you to do something. You can choose off this list, or we may have to assign you to do something as an assistant. So you don't start out being the camp master for whatever, but you would be the assistant. And so my first job at the troop was to be one of a trio of guys to do a camp master job of pike and deer staff. And we did that as a group and discovered, gee, you can do those types of things little by little. And then as you get people involved, you give them more responsibility. And when I was scoutmaster, I designated 2 guys who I thought were prime candidates to be scoutmaster. And I said, you're going to be my deputy scoutmaster. If I'm not there, you make those decisions because they were capable of doing that. And lo and behold, when it came time for the meet to move on, neither of them got selected to be scoutmaster. But they learned how to do that, and the guy that took over was a guy who had a lot of passion, was an Eagle Scout, and had done it without his parental support. That's kind of tough when a guy makes Eagle and his parents are applying the number 9.5 or coaxing them on or being mom. But the important part is give them a little bit at a time, and then eventually after you've immersed them in the water and it's gotten hotter and hotter, they discover that they're in charge. Congratulations.
The autonomy piece, I think, is really important because it promotes intrinsic motivation, right? So there are things we have to do as leaders in a prescribed fashion, right? But there's lots of things about scouting that can be done in various myriad of ways, of which a lot of people have really great ideas about that are not me, right? And I think promoting like somebody saying, hey, I need a little help with this, can you do this? And we do have to do this way, but like other than that, the world is your oyster and you can go with it. And I think that part fosters creativity, autonomy, motivation to do more.
Mhm.
It also gives you a good idea on what that person is capable of, like if this person has great guitar, just a better understanding of what their personality is and how they'll fit in with the unit.
So what do you have that you could add to this?
With the survey thing, with our last Court of Honor, one of our scout leaders that went to live badge, she wanted to do the survey, but it coordinated with our scoutmaster. At the same, let me back up. We had a Moab.
Okay.
We had a Moab camp out in April. We had like 29 scouts signed up and more that wanted to sign up, but we didn't have enough leadership because you have to have so many
Mhm.
leaders, and we didn't have enough for it, and so we had to cancel it. And so that was brought up. So he brought up during the Court of Honor what happened, and but it wasn't because the scouts didn't want to do it. It's because we didn't have the leadership,
Mhm.
and so he brought that up, and then he encouraged everyone to fill out the survey, and we did get a bunch turned in at the end of the meeting, and then we had people that wanted to be on the back lines or not wanting to do stuff in scouting because they did stuff in Cubs and they wanted to break, but God was able to break through some of that barrier to know that the scouts needed people, and it wasn't just, but it was the scouts needing them,
Mhm.
and you can just do little things, help with a merit badge, you can help with anything, so that kind of helped break that.
Yeah, I can see that they'd go, oh, because we're trying to stay out of the limelight, the kids couldn't do what they wanted. I could see that that would
And
speak
being
to
on
them.
scouts weren't able to go.
Unfortunately, I've seen that a number of times, and sometimes they will light a fire under the adults, and
Even if it's just a little
sometimes,
fire.
as long as it's just a little bit, and you get a couple of people saying, oh, well, I can just step up and I can at least try. Okay, fine, that's great.
I mean, it's just baby steps, and that's,
I don't know how many times I've also seen them say, well, I can go one camp out, but that's all I'm ever going to do. And then like a year and a half later, they're wood badge, and they're running summer camp, and it happens.
What suggestions do you have for succession planning?
It never happens, but no, the big thing is that communicating really in small dosages, and like for program chair, you really want them to come up through one of the other chairs of the event chairs. The biggest thing is putting documentation like on Dropbox or any of the other places online that you can put things, because people feel that they have to generate brand new stuff every year. When we do a camporee, well, we have, the camporee that we did was 2 years ago for the district. So I have all that stuff on Dropbox, Condery, camporee, shooting sports. So we just handed off to Centennial because they're doing the camporee this year in Condery.
Yeah.
Then we will flip over and we'll sponsor those. But the biggest thing is documenting. And they'll see that, oh, there's a schedule there. Oh, this has been done before. There's all these different activities. And, oh, they're all in Tim's garage. And so trying to give away all that stuff is that's the tough part. But we're not reinventing the wheel.
Yeah, let them know that
it's been
they're
done before.
yes, it has been done before, many times.
And the other thing is that every new leader that comes in has their own personality, just like every den, pack, fruit, patrol, or whatever. And so it's okay that person to put their personality into that, because that's what we really want, because no one scouter has a monopoly on the market of how things are done.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a collaborative effort, but it's usually over years.
Yes.
So
Yes, definitely goes over years. What do you have to add?
So I was just in the Cub Scout breakout, and they talked, one of the things is giving a task instead of trying to recruit a leader. Find a task for that parent to do and work it into a leadership role. But also come up and say, Chris, how would you like to be with something specific? But if you do it as, on a personal level and get right up to them and talk directly to them, the odds of them saying no to your face is really small.
Yeah, I can easily say no in an email, and I don't know how many times I've said no to Randy and Doug via email, but I can't do it in person. No, I just cannot say no in person.
But when you do it like in a big group like this, like Tim gets up there and he's asking for a program chair and everybody just sits there like this. But if Tim goes up and specifically asks somebody, he can get a better response. I don't have time. I'm the committee chair for the troop, and I am also the Cub Master for a pack. I don't have the time or whatever it is. So he's the person saying no, but he's broke ice with them, and sooner or later you're going to find that person as you do it with when you come up in person and ask somebody for a specific task to start. Not like Tim was saying, you don't want them to just, here, you're taking over this whole job. No, start with this little piece of this job. We want you to follow Tim to do this, and then, when the next one comes around or the next one comes around, like Chris was saying, all of a sudden, wow, they're doing everything. They've just stepped up and they're doing everything. So personally asking people is a huge thing.
So, Randy, how do you get instructors for your courses?
most recently, at Circle Up at the end of the course, we ask if anybody's interested in being a staff member. And so, I've gotten at least 4 or 5 every time for the last 4, I think, courses. And I send an invite out to them, and a couple of them will come. So that's.
So if you just sent an invite cold and didn't prep them, do you think that they would have answered the question that way?
No, they actually essentially signed up. It says, I like what I learned, and I'm willing to help other people learn it.
So timing is an important thing of when to ask.
And to ask, yeah. So if they had, I guess you could relate it to if somebody had a good time on a family sort of camp out or camp out that had more adults, and you can say, well, hey, are you willing to help the next one or whatever after they've seen what it took? Or,
yeah.
Right? So,
yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yes, University of Scouting is coming up.
I wasn't sure which classes you meant. Like you meant University of Scouting.
No, he doesn't do University of Scouting. He does Baloo. And IELTS.
Okay. But University of Scouting is a day-long thing, and they're like hour blocks, and they're things like Dutch oven cooking or pack finance planning, or there are a whole variety of things. And Cub Scout stuff. They're even doing leader-specific training for a few of the positions, and the den chiefs training is going to happen there too. So there's.
You were talking about the Baloo classes.
Baloo or IELTS.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really, it's relevant to any type of either training or like you said, even
So, let me ask you next. Your ideas for
would you be willing to assist next time with something with anything? In particular, Baloo and or IELTS, but really, Randy will recruit for
if you happen to also have some background with NYLT, I know that he knows some people there too. And while I'm on that topic, we are still looking for some more roundtable commissioners for both the Cub Scouts and the Scouts BSA side. Well, not being afraid to stand up in a group of people and force them to answer questions is a good thing to start with. You need to be excited about the program. We love scouting. We absolutely adore it. We do scouting on our anniversaries because we love scouting so much.
Our 16th wedding anniversary, I wanted to spend time with her, so I had to go to a two-weekend training so I could actually spend my 16th wedding anniversary with her. Because she said, I'm going to this, so if you want to be with me on our anniversary, you better sign up too.
And our 19th wedding anniversary was down at Philmont,
Yes.
where we went to see all of the museums and all of the living history in one weekend. It was a lot of fun. And visit with the kids that had just come back from treks. So having a really outgoing personality helps, but really it's the enthusiasm for the roundtable commissioner's side. It's that, not that my husband and I are planning on going anywhere, and not that Jared's planning on going anywhere. We like to have extra people. See, he used to be in charge of the two of us, but then Dawson stepped back, so he then took over.
But
So-
how long did I do that?
What, we're over me and him?
No. How long was I in charge of what you're doing right now?
Well, at least 3 years over us, and then how many other?
It was like 10 years. So I needed a break.
Yes, but no, my
I
point,
moved myself higher. Yeah.
in my view, it was only 3 years. So,
Yeah.
but the point is that we're always, that's right. We're also always looking for more people. And if you have a space, yes.
And we do planning sessions, and so jump on in that role, and then you can kind of see how things work. Maybe take on one of the
You know, sometimes we'll have a specific topic that we need a topic expert, and they can get their foot in the door. Well, I was actually thinking about when I had you guys do a Scout as Reverend for December, and you jumped in and did the stuff with the Pray program. Yeah. Yeah, I would like to know also what the decision
It's called
is.
the New Unit Pilot Program. We're not calling it hybrid. We're not going to call it linked. We're not going to say like it's a troop for boys and girls. It's true for everybody. Period. Regardless to identify, just like family scouting, like we have in PAC. So the idea will be in areas like Highland Ranch, Parker, Castle Rock, wherever you have one really massive family pack, right? And then you have a lot of smaller ones out there. And hopefully that one massive family pack will feed to one massive family scouting troop, right? Out there with it and almost become a pillar of it. Yes, you can still as a chartered org have troops for boys, troops for girls, however you choose to wish it. But being able to give people that opportunity to start scouting from the beginning as a family and go all the way through and finish it as a family is the idea. Technically, the standard form for the pilot program for the New Unit Pilot is over, and they are evaluating. National should hopefully have an announcement out no later than February.
I'm guessing you don't know what they're going to be saying.
I do.
But you're not officially able to tell me right
but
now
I'm
on
not
record?
officially able to say anything while that is streaming to YouTube on it. Because Mama very much enjoys her job. Mama's very good at her job. Mama's very good at being timely when she says
Now,
things. So I would love to have conversations with y'all afterwards if you have questions or concerns in the New Unit Pilot Program, what that's looking like, but that's how
now,
that goes.
on the topic of recruiting, we've been talking about recruiting for youth. Do
For
you?
me?
No, youth. Youth.
Oh, not me. Youth. Yeah, youth.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, these two youths, I'm familiar.
What things do you have that you can give me as a troop leader to help me recruit more adults?
Oh my gosh. Absolutely. So right now, we have a deal going on where if you recruit 6 youth to your unit, we as a council will say, hey, that's amazing. We'll pay for a unit leader. Bing, bang, boom. Done. Your
That's
next
a
one to help
good
out.
chunk of money.
It is. We're doing that with packs, particularly right now in fall, because that is the average size of a single den nationwide to help make sure we can get more den leaders in. As y'all know, Scouts BSA is usually better at recruiting during the spring. If you're trying to get youth in who haven't been exposed to scouting before, so I recommend it for peer-to-peer. Emily Strawn and us as a council are working on ways to try to make sure that's something we can keep giving you all. The best.
Now, what about, so obviously we've been talking a lot about how we need trained adults. It's just, I can't afford that $100 for that class.
Okay.
What can you do to help me?
Okay. So I can help a lot of ways. First off, as a council, we currently don't have a training for adults. It's $100. So that's great. Our average training costs $30.
Oh.
In our council, because we work hard as DEs to find people who are willing to say, hey, trained adults matter, and help subsidize the cost of those training programs so we can keep it low.
Yeah, it was a lot more expensive.
We also have scholarships. If you truly can't afford to, but you want to, talk to your DE. We have scholarship forms. We can probably get it paid for one way or another. All it takes is an email or a phone call on that. I heard you talking about IOLST earlier. That is my favorite training. And as your DE, I highly encourage every adult leader to go through it, even if you're at a cub level. I highly discourage you going to that training at summer camp. That is not how that program is to be taught. It is my favorite training on the planet. The purpose of IOLST is to teach you the patrol method, to make you live it for a whole weekend. If you're going to summer camp and you were supposed to be part of your unit's 2 deep leadership, and then you say, cool, I'm out, I'm going to go to IOLST training, you have now just left your unit without proper leadership.
Yes.
That should not be something we're doing. You
Yeah.
also aren't getting the proper patrol method, because at nighttime, you get to go back to your unit. At lunch, you get to go eat in the dining hall. You are not actually learning what it takes to function as a patrol as the training is involved. Therefore, you're not going to be able to teach it to the kids. Please go to a true IOLST course.
So I had a parent say she wanted to help, but they were inner city and couldn't afford a uniform. I told her, I know we have something at the Scout Shop. Do we still have the program?
We do. Yep. So a lot of people don't know this about our council. We have assistance programs for everything. You need help being able to register. We work hard to make sure we have donors who believe every person who wants to join Scout should do it. We have money for that. We can help get it registered. No matter what the issue is, if it's medical bills, if it's recent divorce, if it's moved, if it's just life is hard right now, don't worry about it. We have scholarship forms for that, just to register. We have scholarships to help you out with the uniform and the uniform assistance program. You can reach out to at the Scout Shop and your DE that we can get you
And does
taken
that
care of.
apply to the adults, not just the youth?
Applies to everybody. Yep.
Applies to everybody.
We also have camperships for going to summer camp, which is my favorite because I'm one of the children who benefited from a campership. As a kid, once upon a time, when life was hard, when my father had severe back surgery, and we had like almost $250,000 in medical debt that we were trying to pay off as a family of kids on a ranch to help a man walk again. So I very much appreciate and love that we have camperships available to make sure every kid can afford to go to summer
You know, a
camp.
campership is how he ended up getting to Camp Dietler, and that changed his world as well. Well, we are almost out of time. Does anybody have anything to add on the topic of recruiting adults and succession planning? I actually covered everything?
Either that or they're just so stunning.
Very likely. So, see you guys next month.